Hey guys, Mrs. Schlopman here. I am super excited to introduce to you our end of the year project, which we actually would have finished already if we had been in regular school, as we'd all love to be. But this year, in order to do your third grade science fair project, it's going to be a little different. We've turned it into a bit of a virtual science fair where you're going to show what you've learned about your choice of natural disaster topic by doing a little research and then completing some really cool Google Slides. So let me introduce you to these slides. This right here is the example that a couple of your teachers have put together for you. This is what it might look like if a student were to complete this natural disasters virtual science fair. This is the first slide. You are going to be able to title it with whatever natural disaster or extreme weather you would like to study and learn about. You can keep this part the same up here for the title, and then you're going to put your name next to the by. Pretty cool graphic. This is an example of the definition slide that you'll be doing. This example that we did for you, we decided to use drought because it's a pretty important and terrible natural disaster, and there's a lot to be learned. So we very carefully looked up the definition of drought, which we're giving you some possible definitions that you can put in your own words. We also included some photos of what a drought might look like. The second topic that you'll be doing is a historic example of a drought. And in this case, we used the Oklahoma Dust Bowl of the 1930s. It was pretty tragic. We gave some examples and details of the effects of that dust bowl. Then we learned about the causes of drought. You're going to be learning about the causes of whichever natural disaster or extreme weather that you choose to learn about. What causes it to happen to begin with? What are the effects to people and the environment? You're going to be learning about that too, and then just making some nice lists with complete sentences, but in list form. And then you're also going to be thinking about 3 ways that people can prepare for natural disasters. Now, this can be any type of natural disaster. These can be really common lists of 3 top things that you should do with your family to be prepared for a list. Notice we put 3 great detailed lists of what you can do to be prepared. And then I included some little graphics to make it really illustrated. What is that one about? And then we summarized what we learned about a drought and natural disasters. Finally, we included the websites that we used to learn about a drought. And you're going to be including websites that you use too. Now, this slide here is a bonus slide. It's one that I hope you choose to do. It is comparing and contrasting 2 events, 2 big events from your chosen natural disaster or extreme weather. And in this case, we compared the California drought to the Oklahoma drought. We put the things that are different underneath each of the different events. And then in the middle, we put the things that are similar. On the side here, we just wrote a very short summary of the similarities and differences between these 2 events. Finally, there is a rubric for success. You get to decide how you're doing with this particular task. You get to go through and highlight the sentences that describe the work that you've done. Did you share many details about the topic and use your own words to explain? If so, highlight this section. If it's not quite there, if you notice that you have some understanding but you've not given very many details, go back and edit and revise and bump it up to this great 4 on the rubric. So use this, read through all of the descriptions, and then give yourself a score. Teachers will be able to go through and score your work too, because this is going to be in our Google Classrooms underneath the topic Natural Disasters Virtual Science Fair. Now you're going to see some slides that we put in for you as resources. These are image banks, so you can copy and paste these images In this case, this page is just scientist cartoons. I thought that would be fun to include. There are directions for how to use them by copying and pasting. And then we have some research resources, which are some great websites and videos. Then we have, and this didn't come out quite right on the square there. I'll go back in and edit that. But what is a natural disaster? And you'll actually find that as the second slide on your copy of this. What is a natural disaster? And then your directions. Choose one topic that is most interesting to you and begin your research to learn about this phenomena. Please use each of slides 9 through 14 to share what you learn. Follow directions in the speaker notes at the bottom of the slides, and I'll show you in a second what that means. Be ready to share with our Oakley School 3rd grade team during the last week of school, May 28th through 29th. Here's more image banks for specific disasters. More images for specific disasters. More images. These are realistic. These are actual photos. More photos. And more realistic photos. So those are the disasters and the weather occurrences that you have to choose from. I'm going to escape out of there now, and I am going to go ahead and go into your assignment, what it's going to look like. And this is what it looks like. When you get yours and you open it from inside of Google Classroom, this is what you'll see. It will say copy natural disasters and your name, of course, because you each get your own copy. Here's the cover. This is where you're going to rename it with your natural disaster. You can have a catchy title also. Type your name here. This is the definition slide. What is a natural disaster? And then choose one of the most interesting to you. Here's those image banks that I just showed you. They're actually at the beginning because the directions say, move this to the last slides when you are ready to present. So you're going to rearrange your slides when you're ready to present so that all of your work is at the beginning. The resources I just showed you with links that are clickable. Okay, you'll notice this is very blank compared to what I just showed you from the example. What is your topic? The directions at the bottom here in the speaker notes say, highlight what is your topic and replace it with your natural disaster title. In example, earthquakes. Extend your effort. Okay, guys, that's a bonus. Give your topic a catchy, fitting title. So don't just say drought like Mrs. Schlotman did. Come up with a catchy title like, boy, was it dry, ... droughts. Okay, insert a picture or photo here to cover the text. That's just to remind you, you do want to illustrate your work to add interest. Next slide, a historic example. On this part here, you're going to highlight that, type out the place name, and then in parentheses, the year that it occurred, and another spot for you to place photos. This text here you highlight and type your own paragraph about that historic event that you're going to learn about. Of course, you're going to need to do some research first and learn about some historic event. What are the causes of this force of nature? What causes it to happen? Okay, these are not things that people cause to happen. These are things that naturally occur. Again, the directions at the bottom highlight this force of nature and replace it with the name of the natural disaster you are researching. For example, avalanche. What are the effects to the people and environment? You saw this on the example slides. Highlight this text here and tell one or more effects of the disaster on people, and on this side, one or more effects on the environment. I'm going to make some more of these tutorials to help you kind of through each of these slides individually this week. Here are the 3 ways people can prepare for natural disasters. Again, that one's just general natural disasters, not just yours. And then your summary. You're going to highlight this text and type a summary to show your understanding of the main idea of your research. Down here at the bottom, it gives you a bonus to extend your effort. Add graphics, either from the image bank, slides, or some that you find on your own. Okay, then here's the Works Cited where you're going to actually list your resources. Did you read a book? List the name of that book and the author and when it was published. Did you go to a website? Put a link to the website right here. Remember, you're going to use your own words on all of this. You're not going to copy and paste what somebody else wrote because that's using their brain, not your own. We want you to use your brain. Here is that bonus slide. You do not absolutely have to do this, but I sure hope you choose to. This is extending your learning. It's a bonus slide where you compare and contrast those two different events. Okay? And here's that rubric for success. It is highlightable, just like this. So if I'm reading along and I notice I showed some understanding of the topic but offered minimal details, well, for now, maybe I'm going to highlight this because it describes my work. Maybe I'm not giving enough detail yet. And then that's going to remind me to go back and edit and revise and make it better so that the next time I read through my work, I can turn that back to transparent and wow, I shared many details about the topic and used my own words to explain. So then I can come back and highlight that. And wow, I will be so proud of myself if I'm able to do that because I took the time and I made my work show best effort. Okay, that is the final slide. I will, this week off and on, be doing a couple little video tutorials to hopefully help you with each of these slides, beginning with your topic in the title, of course, and an historic example, okay? So hopefully this is going to be fun for you and you'll be learning about it in a little different way than we usually do when we're in the classroom. I hope that you enjoy doing this, you enjoy learning about these crazy things that happen in nature, and that you enjoy presenting it in a little less than 2 weeks. So this will be a quick project. All right, take care. Please let your teachers know if you have any questions, and let's have fun learning.